teams. They've all been playing for so long.
On the light side, but it looks like the countdown has begun to get this match started. The first map here between Virtus.Pro and NIP in the third quarterfinal of the ESL 1.
We're gonna get underway just about any second now.
Look at this lead up, and so hype in this stadium. It's just packed full of fans. Everybody, no halvesies this time either. You know, no LoL fans mixed in, no StarCraft 2. This is pure CS. 10,000 plus people filling a stadium. I mean, talk about a perfect third birthday here for CSGO, right?
Yeah, this is beautiful. We've been saying it all day. It's a dream come true, and not only for us, but for these players, for all the fans filling it up really as well.
Yeah, and you speak to everyone here at ESL, you get the sense that they've been looking at this arena for a very long time and have wanted to make this come true. And now we are here indeed. Seems like the pistol round is about to get underway in 5 more seconds, and we're going to be into it. It will be Virtus.Pro starting on the terrorist side and NIP on the CT side of train. So everybody welcome here. It's the third quarterfinals of the day.
Double flash actually picked up here for VP. It's 3 guys with Kevlar, lots of Kevlar over on NIP, and of course Freiberg carrying the kit. That's his job, that's what he does best it seems. But the bomb making its way into Brown Halls to start. Virtus.Pro taking a poke over here to see if they can catch anybody out of position. But NIP on their side, they're holding very passively right now. Neither team wants to make the mistake that's going to give their opponent that opening frag to start things on this map.
And Exist being pushed just a little bit, gonna recommit, gets the headshot, gets a second one, shots down by Ali, what a stop! Forest chiming in, and this is looking very bad for Virtus.Pro. Snack's gonna fall to Alu, and Neo all alone. Get right. You can tell he wanted to make that jump, but there's no reason to risk it. It's a 1v4, and Neo is gonna get dropped as well. What a start here from the Swedish captain.
Right, Virtus.Pro just comes in, they try and clear out those Brown Halls, gain some map control, make sure there's not going to be any early flanks, but it doesn't matter when Exist hits shots like these, eliminates half the attack in one go, and then they can focus on the rest of the train yard.
That's the important bit right there. VP, that Hall lynched on a pincer movement to catch somebody in the back that was holding Ivy. Exist with the 2 key frags to make that pistol round possible for NIP and to give them the guns early on here. So 1-0 the score, NIP ahead, and now all the pressure on VP, who do go for the force buy as well. There's no skimping here trying to get up to an AWP or have more nades. No, they want to get some damage done. But Freiberg getting some damage done as well. Over on lower, he's able to pick things off.
Yeah, no, incredibly spread out for the Virtus.Pro players. They can't really group up and make any decision quite yet. They've got to find some gap in the defense that they can exploit with these pistols. They have to do damage based on this investment.
There's a bit of a problem that has ended up going down, because what they really want in this round, VP, is to just get the bomb down. That's why they invested into all these smokes, so they could put up some sort of wall, get in and get the bomb down, but that's going to be very tricky now. You can tell Forrest is close here, and he's going to open up with a good shot on Snacks.
He is clearly warmed up right now. He will get overwhelmed by Bialy, and Neo there with the Tech 9. 2 quick kills going VP's way, and all they're looking for is that bomb plant. But Neo, once again for the second round, is all by his lonesome in a 1v3. And he's just stuck looking for a way out. He's got that P90, holds mouse 1, but it's not going to be good enough. But Alu kills Exist. You're thinking, great, NIP, they weathered the storm with 3 players alive, but that's just not the case in the end.
Right, that actually turns things out. That third kill, that third rebuy that's forced out is pretty solid for Virtus.Pro, despite not getting that bomb plant.
Not too bad at all. That's going to lead us into the third round, where VP, unlike teams that we saw earlier, they actually will go for a pretty steady eco here. And I'm glad to see that. I don't want VP making any sort of rush decisions here. They have a really good train. They should just rely on that and get the rifles they need in the upcoming round.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Because of that buy in the second round, they won't be able to have an AWP in the 4th round. So they're going to be a little hurt on utility and some long-range weapons.
I'm actually not too annoyed for VP, though, just because that third kill coming in makes the round halfway decent, right? Nip did have to spend a bit more money. We can see Exist skimping with the USP. Snacks manages to walk right up on Forrest, get that kill, and Olu, bit of the AD strafe, and he's going to be able to pick up a kill of his own. Pasha going to be the last man alive now for Virtus.Pro, and he's in a bit of a tight spot. The defense hasn't been breached. NIP still kicking, and Exist just slams him.
Right, and this coming round, this is huge, and without the benefit of an AWP to try and find some picks, I would expect that Virtus.Pro is going to try and set that tone, try and do something relatively fast-paced, throw those smokes outside, get out, find your battles, try and get through them. Alu sticking with the P90 and a couple FAMASes as well on Ninjas and Pyjamas, so Virtus.Pro actually, despite down 0-3, they actually have the advantage in terms of weaponry.
And as far as the gear is concerned as well, because right now they have full nades going up a bit against a bit of a light VP. VP, not all the flashes they would like, few HEs, but they do have the smokes, and that's the important bit.
A bit of a battle through those smokes. Look at Exist, he's boosted up to look over, but Pasha sees it coming. What a great kill here from the Polish player, and that's going to give them a perfect start. A trick that NIP probably hoped would shut down VP early on, and Get Right. How does it happen? Takes down Snacks, follows it up with a flashbang, and now it's back to a 4v4. Freiburg's very low, but Get Right will find a second kill on Neo, and now they have the lead, and they're looking good. VP, they're out in the courtyard. They're trying to get in here. Freiburg going to shot one more down. It's now a 2v4. They're bringing it back in style, and it's tough for VP now.
It doesn't get any better than that for Alu either. Free upgrade, gets an AK, and now they're caught in a bit of a tight spot. Forrest lands both kills. No, Get Right is there to take the first one on Pasha, but still, the important bit is that it's a 4-0 lead for NIP.
And this is, that's all the fact of Ninjas in Pyjamas, is just playing around that bomb train, stalled out that attack. Even with the opening pick by Pasha, they weren't able to progress onto the bomb site whatsoever. They actually had the NIP players trapped inside the site, but Get Right with a couple good kills alleviates the pressure.
Well, it's going to lead into another round here with a couple of smokes, couple of flashbangs here. I think VP again are looking for a bomb plant. Maybe get that extra $800 bonus per person if you get the bomb down, even as you lose the round. Just in case any new viewers out there who are not up to date on how that part of the game works, that's the goal. So, you know, investing this into the round is definitely worth it. That's a $1,000 investment for a lot more in return.
And then now the push begins, basically. They're just going to go cascading down lower onto that B side. VP gets slammed from the start, though. Alu getting the first headshot, and then Freiburg lining him up. Triple kill for him, and he couldn't get the quad as well. Keeps his cool and gets the job done. 5-0 now for NIP, and Virtus.Pro get nothing in that eco round.
And this is brilliant from NIP. Look at the amount of money that's built up. They've been playing these anti-ecos so well, not taking too much damage. Now they have so much money, they're able to spend it on those Molotovs, on all the flashbangs and smokes they need for the choke points. If Virtus.Pro does ever come out with a fast strategy, they have everything they need to slow it down and gather the defense.
And oh god, Alu, I think he started this round with $12,000. That's so much that VP have to dig through. They need to start chaining a couple of rounds together here. NIP still going to be slightly aggressive, but Exist actually under the radar. He's going to get the kill, goes for a bit more. Is he going to jump and shoot? He headshots Neo mid-air, but doesn't make it out, and that's going to be 4v3, so still a good start for VP.
Exist with some style points there. Alu alive on the site and Get Right, but they're currently getting flanked out. Snacks moving up behind him. Free kill there. Alu is gone. And now a two-man advantage for Virtus.Pro going into the plant if they like it, but they still have so much time, Anders, to find out where the remaining members are for NIP.
Get Right here. He's going to get taken out, so now it's on Freiburg, and he's got a 1v3 on his hand. They haven't put the bomb down yet, but he's walking into a crossfire, turning his back. I don't think he's realizing. They're not realizing either. Freiburg is going to be up the stairs. Oh, they're going to get him. Snacks ready and waiting, even though they hadn't heard him. Very quick reaction. That could have been quite a good start if he takes down the man in sniper spot.
Right, but that's Snacks. That's what he does. He's that X factor for Virtus.Pro. Works his way through that smoke. He's all alone in the outer bomb site, knowing he needs to make a play. He works his way through the smoke, finds the one kill that cracks that site open. That's the first run on the board for Virtus.Pro, but now they've got to string it together. If their economy gets reset, that puts them into a very dire situation.
And that's going to be the issue here. There's a little bit of additional pressure on Virtus.Pro now to come through in this key round, but very fast smokes out into the yard. Alu posted up, though, looking for that first peek, and nobody showing on VP's side. They've done a pretty good job, although they have taken some initial damage on Snacks and Neo.
That's a lot of their utility used to not commit to that. They've gone into the inner bomb site now. It's a little bit of a fake.
Freiburg is alone back here, and this is not going to be easy. He actually has to stay alive and wait for backup to come in, so we're looking at a full retake, and Pasha immediately making it great for VP, taking down Freiburg. And how are they going to get in here?
That's a real question now. Man advantage and a two-man advantage at that. Snacks doing what Snacks does. Just lurking about, waiting for Forrest to push through for the flank, and it's just not meant to be this time around for NIP. And the smart call here is to back off. VP, though, they've dialed in on this. They now realize exactly what the Ninjas are up to, and it's their choice now whether they want to hunt or not. Not sure if they want to go for the full hunt, risking all their guns, though, just because they're fairly low on money still.
That's actually a beautiful call, a beautiful mind game from Virtus.Pro, throwing those nades outside. You could see how nervous NIP is, understanding how aggressive and how fast-paced that A take can be from Virtus.Pro. So they throw the fake, they pull that one rotation away, and that's all they need. That's the only window they needed to get into that B bomb site. It was just Freiburg there, like you said.
Yeah, and could he have done anything differently? Would it have been better if he had tried to fight it before the bomb went down?
No, because he doesn't know where they're coming from at that point. He's on top of the train. He's exposed from so many different angles. They could have been anywhere, so he falls back. He actually finds a one-on-one, just loses it.
Yeah, that's the brutal part right there. I mean, Pasha not missing that shot. That was the key kill. If Freiburg picks up that kill, then it gets a whole lot easier for NIP. Some more aggression coming out here, and Genright actually pushing up fairly close, so we'll see if he gets any joy holding over outside. But Pasha, what is this? Sneaks right up and takes Freiburg out. There's the opening. No longer any defense here on the B side. Genright looking for an opportunity to try and get something done as well, and he could very well drop the bomb. Does just that, and he gets the second kill as well. Genright putting it back into this round.
Oh, wow, what a turn of events. That's going to shake Virtus.Pro. They're going to be stunned at this point in time. They've got the bomb site, yes, but they're lacking the bomb. They're back to pick it up at this point in time, but this is giving NIP so much room to roll around, and there it is, Forest taking down Pasha, and now it's on Taz and Neo. 2v4 at the moment. A missed shot also reveals exactly where that AWP is. He's going to jump down to the low ground. And look at Taz, he's on a mission. This could be the clutch play. He's walking up behind. Oh, he's been spotted, so now he's alone. Gets a headshot on Forest, but they shouldn't be able to lose this NIP. They've got a great position. Grenade on in, might kill Genright. Actually, the bullets land first, and look at Taz making this very expensive, but he can't seal the deal. He can't win the round.
No, and that's around the time. Look at this play is amazing from Genright. That first kill, and then he turns around, he spins it, he's so prepared for it, just takes out Snacks, and with the bomb down, it delays everything, and that slows the attack down from Virtus.Pro. Pasha's trying to gain ground by pushing up that inner bomb site, but Forrest eliminates him, and from there, Virtus.Pro has nothing left to do but get the bomb down and just pray.
Get that bonus money, that's what it's about at that point. But NIP, you know, still letting go a little bit. That did cost them a whole lot more than they would have liked. A 4-on-2 situation, losing all those players in the end. But yeah, VP gathered up, ready to go. And it is looking like it's going to be an execute. Very quick timing here for VP, and they're just going to go running onto the side. Freiburg with some good spray, but he gives away his position doing it. Forrest, however, will rectify that. Turns it back into a 4-on-4 and could very well catch out Snacks. He realizes and gets the headshot.
Snacks gone down. VP, they get into these sites, but the individual performances from NIP just too much. There's Forrest again, picking up a triple up the ladder. He's gonna go and sprays down. It's gonna be the quad kill. Almost gonna get the ace. Pasha, the last man alone, and it's a 1v3. He's got a Molotov. I don't think it's gonna be in time. They're already on it. He tries to get the angle down, but it's too late. Great effort there from Pasha. I mean, if that Molotov lands, they have there's no smokes left to actually stop it. Very good idea, but couldn't make it work.
That 4-kill from Forrest, he's being so active on this map so far. That was beautifully done from him, and that's actually Virtus.Pro a couple rounds in a row having a lot of success on that B bomb site, so they look to manipulate it one more time, but this time NIP puts 2 players there, so even when Freiburg falls, they're not prepared for Forrest.
Yeah, and it's been a long time, it feels, since we've seen this kind of level out of Forrest as well. He wasn't lying when he said he was going to get prepared for this tournament, and Olu starting off strong here in this round, picking off Pasha as they try to push out main. Virtus.Pro getting slowed down, and they don't have much utility left. One smoke goes down, Exist goes charging through, removes Snacks from the board, but he does get picked off in turn, and there's Taz bringing it back to a 3-on-3, now a 3-on-2. Frags everywhere.
Yeah, it's impossible to keep up at this point, but VP have a legitimate shot at doing this with Freiburg. Long range, sprays down Neo, and now Byali. He gave up the bomb a couple of rounds ago. This time, see if he can make it back. Instant headshot on Genright, and that's very long range indeed. So a double kill here for the young Polish player, and he's going to try and play a very, very long con against Freiburg here. Running all the way back, and we'll see if Freiburg is going to realize he's right now sticking on that A bomb site. I'm going to see if anyone is going to see this coming. Freiburg for a moment is doubting himself, and Byali, he gets to just sneak in here. Look at the clock. This is important. If he fakes it once and Freiburg hears it, he might be close enough to do something about it. 30 seconds. And Freiburg on in. He hears that bomb plant. Byali going to go back to check for it, and he's racing against the headshot. He clutches it. That was a great move by Byali. Long range at first, and then a very, very long con against Freiburg.
Yeah, very, very smart one-on-one from Byali, just playing that clock. And you said it, Freiburg starts to doubt himself. There's so much time in the middle of that A bomb site, so many different angles that he can come from that Freiburg has to keep his head on a swivel. So he does the logical thing. He goes in between the bomb sites so he has a quick rotate no matter where that bomb is being planted at. But Byali knows it. With the fake plant, he's looking directly at that spot.
Yeah, incredible play there. And that was such a crucial round as well for VP, because now it puts NIP in the hole. NIP going for the force find, and this could be a big round right here to turn the momentum VP's way. So it comes down to patience now and who's going to land the shots. We need to see that level from Forrest and GetRight still. They seem to be the ones stemming the tide. But VP, patient. They realize just how important this round is. They aren't going for any risky rush this time.
Yeah, but look at the buyout of NIP. They're almost out of utility completely. Exist has 2 flashbangs. That's it. They also only have 1 kit on GetRight. This is very, very tough situation for them.
And Exist, he might be caught in this corner. Look at Pyjamas, another 2 headshots. And Forrest and Exist evaporate. It's going to be Snacks to take down GetRight. And now Alu and Freiburg are left 2v5 at the moment. VP, they're coming back in this game. Alu finally getting that AWP shot through. Freiburg going to be dropped as well. And now it's on Alu in a 1v4. The Finnish sniper here. He is going to have to go more than just a little bit crazy to try and get anything. Even to try and survive in this round is going to be difficult. He's making his way back, but they've got him boxed in. Alu, there's no way out. He pulls out the Molotov. He's close, but getting shot in the back. And that's a great round from VP.
It's scary for NIP now that Viali has come into his own here. Very impactful couple of rounds there from him. Just those kills over at Alley, they open so much up. And you can see once the kills come in, Snack's so aggressive at taking that extra space that Viali has created for him and finding a third of his own. And then they just have a free reign at the bomb site.
Yeah, 2 rounds in a row where Viali is basically bringing it back. And he had a real slow start to this map as well, sitting at the bottom of the board with only 2 frags. In 2 rounds, he's, well, up to 6. So far, so good. And if you get Viali fired up as well, things are going to get very difficult to continue to do so here for NIP.
I think VP realizing that NIP don't have any armor, so they're not going to respect them, just charging on in and relying on the superior equipment here. Freiburg, the last alive, and in a 1v4, gonna just rush in here, should be going down, will land a headshot, but it's not gonna be enough. I do want to point out that actually, maybe it's too soon to call, but it could signify sort of a change individually for Bayali. I would say mentally, he's been by far and away the weakest player on this VP team. When he goes on tilt early in a match, it takes him almost a whole game to get back. He had a slow start, and he's already still stepping it up. That's very important for the whole team.
Right, crucial to find ways to have an impact even when you feel like you're struggling, and Bialy's done it now. And once again, a very, very weak buy. This is exactly what Virtus.Pro likes. They can prey on the fact that NIP doesn't have a lot of utility, a lot of arsenal to stop them. Look how fast-paced this play is towards B.
Yeah, exactly. Straight out onto the map, but then again, Freiburg running through that smoke. The double up, and Bialy will be able to take out Freiburg, but the damage is done. Man advantage here for NIP going into this retake as the bomb will get planted on the B site.
Look at this, still a couple of Molotovs left on VP. One of them just died with Bayali, and that's very unfortunate. They could have used a lot of those grenades, but Neo gonna go down, and it's all on Pasha. Gets a good shot in there, but he's got nowhere to go. He's boxed in. He goes down to GetRight, who lands a double kill, and NIP make it to 8-5. And Moses, now's about that time that we end up asking you, how many rounds do they really need VP on this terrorist side?
Against an NIP that's looking like they're playing like this with Forrest at the level that he was earlier in this half, like as many as you want, as many as you can get. Like you'll take everything. They're going to want to get up towards at least 6 here. One more would be great for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, when both Forrest and GetRight are top fragging for NIP,
and look at the
switch. For a rough time, and yeah, that's it. This is the change in strategy. All of a sudden, Virtus.Pro going for that double op, and they're going to be looking for that pick. They've been successful so far in the past few rounds of Bialy, but now they're going to be turning to Pasha and Neo. And it's worth saying that Neo has stepped up individually with his op play throughout this tournament and in recent time as well, so we have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, just to add to the nostalgia factor, right? Neo AWPing once again, that's also pretty good. So right now, still way more than a minute left on the clock. They are maneuvering about, got the bomb all the way across the map, while there is what might be a bit of a distraction down at Ivy.
And there's the wallbang coming in from GetRight as well. He's setting it up. He realizes the window's getting broke and somebody's got to be up there. And he wants to get some damage out, but not quite yet. Slow pace so far, but we're just past the minute mark.
Yeah, only one Molotov left for NIP. And look at this readjustment by Virtus.Pro. 3 players are going to come from alley. The bomb's still over by mid, so this is going to be an execution out onto that outside bomb site.
I'm wondering if Taz is going to set up a smoke for those guys over at Ivy so that they don't have to worry about the courtyard, but can simply wrap around on the left-hand side. There's the underhand throw in, and he did put up the smoke, I believe. Yeah, there it is. You see it land right in front of Exist. Another smoke goes in, but Exist will land the kill. Gets another one. Even as he's flashed, he takes down Snacks. Can he get that third? There's another guy in there, and Exist is creeping through. It might be a triple. He's out of bullets. He puts out the pistol instead, and he gets the shot. Oh, help from Forrest, and he's going to get dropped. Taz and Neo trying to fight their way back here, and it's not going to work. Exist will land that triple kill eventually, and NIP, what a hold it was. VP, they had that set up.
what a hero Exist has been on this alley defense. You look back to the pistol round, that's a very similar setup from Virtus.Pro. That time, able to time a peek right before the smoke blooms, and he ends up getting 2 blind and through smoke, so he saves that round for NIP.
That smacks of preparation on my part. That smacks of Exist knowing how many people are going to be coming through alley there, and that it's a good idea to go ahead and like spray through. Because that was very beautiful work from Exist. And now, well, double AK, 3 pistols here for Virtus.Pro, whatever nades they can pick up, and they're spread out all over the place, just hoping, praying that NIP are going to make a mistake that will allow them to end this at 9-6, because, as you guys were saying, they need every single round here versus NIP.
Right, no committal quite yet anywhere from Virtus.Pro. Still staying far back. They have Tech 9, so they're very light. This is looking once again like it is going to be that fast-paced outer execute. They don't have a lot to work with. 2 players going to come down ladder, but they've got to get these initial kills, and they don't have a lot of guns to do it with.
Smokes, flashes go up. Forrest looking for an opening here, and he spots at least a couple of people. Get Right going to help out and take down Taz. He falls and snacks with a double in return, and that's a nice way to open up a bomb site. It's going to leave it at a 3v3. The bomb is already being put down with the cover of that smoke. Exist all the way back here, under half health, and VP, they might be able to claim this last round, which is going to be critical for them. Pasha takes down Alu, but Neo going to be dropping Exist, and that's all on Freiburg. Came in a bit late from the B-bomb side. He charges out into the courtyard. They're taking away. He's got the kit in hand, but they know exactly where he is. He sprays down Neo, and now there's only 2 men left. Can he find them in time? Look how well they're staying hidden here. They don't want to show themselves. He's going to try and go for the smoke defuse, but it's not going to reach far enough. He's out of the smoke, and they're right next to him, and Freiburg goes down. Great kill there. Pasha picking up the last 2, and that's going to be a 9-6 half in favor of NIP.
And there it is. From the start of that execution by Virtus.Pro, the bomb's planted within 15 seconds. A little bit unfortunate from Forrest. He couldn't find that angle, so he was forced back into cover, and that leaves Get Right wide open to a free kill coming out mid from the Virtus.Pro players, and that's all they needed.
Yeah, and Snack's also delivering as well. Double entry frag from him. It's not every day that we see him leading the charge, but there you go. Cheeky wink, just letting you know that he's still in shape. And he is a big part of why now VP have a pretty favorable scoreline going into the next half.
I feel like this first half could almost be cut up into sort of 3 different sections. The first one where VP are quite aggressive and fast, and then they sort of slow down towards the end of it, and then just in the last couple of rounds, they actually try and speed it up again. So I'm not sure if it was NIP that sort of forced them to play that slowly, or if VP just lost confidence in what seemed to work initially.
Oh, and Forrest and Get Right are slapping you every round, right? And then Exist also. Yeah, maybe the confidence was lost a little bit, but then that's the beauty of having, you know, the likes of Taz and Neo on this team, as well as Cuban behind them. They have that experience to be able to grind out the rounds in the end and be able to get back into a half before it's all over and NIP have run away with the scoreline.
Yeah, I think you also look back, there was a round that we mentioned, there were like 3 NIP players hovering around $10,000 when the economy was so built up. Once Virtus.Pro was able to chip away at that and really hinder it, that's when they kind of changed the pace a little bit. They knew they could abuse the fact of light nades, light mollies, light smokes, you know, even weaker weapons. And then as the half wore on towards the end there, yeah, they picked it back up and just tried to catch them off guard.
It's pretty fun to watch both of these teams play in the anti-eco situations as well, because they both believe in bullying tactics, right? Getting out there, just rushing and showing no respect. I mean, that's all about throwing your opponents off their game as well. So it was fun to see VP, you know, taking advantage of that versus NIP there, just putting NIP in their place for a moment.
Well, once they had that one round where they found success at the inner bomb site, and the next round Pasha just goes over there and he's like, all right, I'm not even going to throw a smoke. I'm just going to come down and body Freiburg around a little bit.
And that's what we want to see a lot more of, and what we can expect, and especially on Inferno. I mean, that's a map where VP are well known for doing very aggressive mid pushes. Obviously, we're not quite there yet, but yeah, they're a team that like to, once they get the confidence at least, they really like to throw their weight around.
Well, we begin, ladies and gentlemen, 9-6 the scoreline. NIP on the offense now with 9 rounds to their name, and VP on the defense. And this is going to be a very fast push coming in here from Virtus.Pro. They are geared up to take a fight with the Kevlar and straight into the action. Taz, Neo, both headshots there, and it's all action in the halls. Finally, you swap into it so you can share, and Passa's there to take out Forrest. 2-man advantage now for Virtus.Pro.
Alu and Exist, I don't know if they can bring this back. This is a bit of a stretch, I feel like. Pasha's walking down. Alu's actually going to come back and look for him. He sees this coming. Close range. Is he going to use the single shot? He will. No burst activated yet, but if he knew the range, he just might try and do it. Sneaking on in. Is he going to spot? He will see the shoulder and tries to go for it. Lands a headshot, and Pasha's down. And that's going to bring it back into a 2v2, but the bomb is up there, and they have to find a way to get back in. They've got a single flash on Exist. And I like the fact that they're least grouping up now.
I like that Neo's, he's just letting him know as well. We know exactly what's happening here. We've got the smoke to block you out, but Taz decides to take the fight. He's going to go, and he gets the headshot onto Alu. That changes everything. Now Alu is going up to his death, essentially. He's hoping for a lucky burst, but it's not meant to be.
It could well be. The ladders are good for this kind of burst. He's not hitting yet, but he's going to try it one more time. It's just going to take a single good burst. He reloads quick. He's up back. He's going to get it. Oh my God. NIP, they win the second pistol round as well. Unreal.
And it started off with such a beautiful pinch by Virtus.Pro. 2 coming up the ladder from outside, 3 pushing in her. That actually forces a pause out of Virtus.Pro. The momentum swings completely in NIP's direction.
Oh, that's a catastrophe is what. How 4 on 2, and yet NIP are able to ground out that situation, and then Alu, this should be impossible right here. No way should he be able to come up that ladder in one piece to get his hands on that bomb, let alone get the kill.
I cannot believe it. That should have never happened. What possessed Taz to jump down the ladder as they still had the bomb up there?
He thought, I'm assuming he thought that Alu was still flanking around T-spawn, maybe trying to come up that way, so he thought he could find a one-on-one, catch someone off guard, because just like you're thinking, what was he thinking? I mean, that's the most unexpected move at the moment. He even had the Glock to do it, so he wanted to, stay mobile, stay moving, being able to jump, avoid bullets, get some information. Fortunately, well, actually, it turns out for a one-for-one trade.
Yeah, exactly, trading headshots, right? Best case scenario there for him in that case. But now, well, we get into the next round, 17th round here with an NIP. Well, NIP having the advantage. They've got the guns, they've got the weapons, but VP have gone for the force buy. They've got the Nova shotgun on Snacks, 3 pistols, and the Scout as well. No surprise to see the Scout here. It has really become the weapon of choice in anti-ecos.
Taz moving closer. This is dangerous. That 5-7 instant headshot there. Going to go for a little bit more and almost drops Freiburg. A lot of damage being output by Taz. Snacks moving closer and almost takes down Forrest. Look at the damage the VP are doing. They just need a couple of kills here. And this is a winnable round for them. Looking for the shot with the Scout. Neo's going to miss it, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Assist coming in with the right timing, and Bialy will take down Freiburg.
A fantastic shot by Bialy. Up close, Forrest, though, waiting for Bialy to peek. He's not going to miss the shot. Instant headshot there. Pasha, he does have the Scout now. Alu just runs up to him and slaps him around with the MP7. NIP recover in the end with 3 players alive and 11 rounds on the board.
So much damage dealt early on, and Nip gets away with it anyways. They couldn't clean him up. That was nicely done from them, even only losing 2 players after all that damage.
Oh, you can hear the crowd chanting, I hope, in the background. There's a lot of energy in the Lanxess Arena here tonight. 11-6, and NIP, at least Exist, going fairly aggressive out here. And this is what you were talking about, Semler. When they feel they've got it, they're just going to go for it. But Bialy lands, I think, almost 3 headshots on Forrest.
Yeah, it is that style, isn't it? Just brutalize your opponents. Don't let them get back to their feet. Don't let them get confident. Bialy, though, showing that he's still got some fight in him. And he's going to go running right into Alu, who dispatches him very quickly there with the AK. Pasha, now the last man alive, but not for long. 4 players live in the end for NIP. And now we get to go into the first buy round, the crucial round for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, very crucial at 12-6. They've got a lot of ground to recover. And they've got to have the money to do it. And in this 4th round, it's going to be a little bit light. No kits whatsoever. They've got to be careful on these post-plant situations. If the bomb does go down, the retake needs to occur so incredibly quickly.
Well, they're so very light, exactly. No nades. This is brutal. It's all going to come down to headshots for Virtus.Pro in the end. And establishing the crossfires, but let's see, NIP not wasting any time at all. Straight out, this is the kind of rush we were talking about, out onto the outer site. Bialy starting off strong, though, taking out Exist, and there's Snacks to remove Forrest, but Freiburg is there to take out Bialy, and Neo not in time to stop that bomb plant.
Second kill from Freiburg, so yeah, the bomb is down to 3v3, but NIP, they're getting tagged up here. VP could definitely retake this Freiburg court on the ladder, and Neo trying to juggle around there as well. Gonna be up on top, and he sprays down Alu. Fantastic job here, and it's gonna be Get Right in a 1v3. He's trapped in Pop Dog and smoked out. He still ridiculously lands the shot, but he can't make it through. Neo's gonna get it with a triple, and he saves Virtus.Pro. What a round here from the legend himself.
Yeah, he does enough damage before that bomb gets planted and before they can recover into post-plant positions that it allows Snacks to get in there very quickly and even without a kit, an easy defuse. But that's the kind of play Ninjas and Pyjamas, you could tell they wanted to set the tone early. They wanted to get out there quick. They wanted to bully Virtus.Pro back. But without the nades to slow that down, Virtus.Pro still manages to win those fights.
That might plant the seed of doubt here. Exist, not to, you know, the callers for this team. If they realize, wait a second, VP have figured out how to stop our rush. What's the next play? Where do they go to?
The next play is getting an AWP onto Alu. He was doing some work with it yesterday, so find some picks, get your sniper to get you some free kills, a man advantage early on.
Okay, right, it's fairly aggressive. Look at this, he's actually running into that A courtyard, interconnect. How does he get that far? Finally, he's going to be down, but Alu finds an opening. Taz, close range, drop the bomb as well. Looking good for VP. If they win this round, they could definitely come back in this game. They're a man up. They've got control of the bomb. Finally, Forrest going to be able to pick it up here, but now the whole VP team has rotated in, and this is a good situation for the Poles.
And this is where it gets so very tricky. Bialy to take out Forrest. Two-man advantage now for Virtus.Pro, and it's all going to come down to the shots. They have a decent position, but VP have figured this out. Bialy takes out Exist, but Alu brings it back to a 1-on-3. Nearly has it. He does get it. Readjusts his aim, but barely misses the diffuser. And now he's trying to set it up, but he's running out of time. Taz is out the bomb, and it's just not going to happen. Snacks plenty of time for the diffuse in the smoke. One flaw right there is that Freiburg goes out alone, and there's nobody to get the refrag.
Right, it took far too long to trade that off, and Virtus.Pro holds him out of the site long enough for the rotations to come in. Also, with the AWP purchase last round, it took so long for Alu to get involved in the round.
We've been talking about nostalgia, and the tactic that NIP just threw is actually normally executed in reverse. So the people push in B first, and then Get Right will try and lurk in from behind. That's something that people did in 1.6 for the longest time, and it's very effective, because as you're doing the retake on B, suddenly there's a guy behind you. So I kind of feel like maybe that's why NIP did it that way, but I would like to see them do it the original way.
Well, we'll see how things develop now, because NIP showing a bit of the envy here. They're going for the straight up force by Tech9s. Couple deagles. Let's see if they can get the job done, because they aren't wasting any time. Yet again, it's going to be straight out onto the A site. It seems bomb making its way there. The nades have been used. Forrest takes some damage initially, but VP doing a pretty good job. I mean, NIP only just now starting to push out.
They've got to wait for Alu to try and find something with the op. It's all on him to open things up, to give those pistols space to work with, and he's going to peer out. Snacks gets that first one, though, and Bialy with the second.
Another one for Snacks there, and Neo to pick up Get Right, and Alu, last man alive. What could he possibly do? Well, it takes down by Ali, but unless they start feeding themselves one at a time here, he can't really make it back. And you saved me, Moses. I was about to say, I haven't seen too many people make much use of Snacks' position, but he gets a double kill anyway, so pretty good job there. Going to be walking in, and Taz is right around the corner. Alu sneaks on in, misses the shot, misses the no-scope, goes for the knife, and ends up dropping. A brave effort here.
That's the second time now with the AWP. That time with NIP all pistols, but Alu hadn't taken a shot by the time his four teammates fell, so either not giving him the time to work with a little bit of miscommunication there, but Virtus.Pro just feasting on it. And now they've won a couple straight. Their money's starting to build up itself.
And that's the issue as well, is that if you use all of your smokes, all of your nades to try and set it up, but then you're relying on the op to get you the pick, it's like, okay, do we wait and waste all of these nades and then make it that much more difficult for us to get out onto a site later on? I think NIP were feeling the pressure in that round. And well, now it's not going to get any better, because they're down to Tech9s and a few P250s. A little bit of an investment made by Get Right. He goes ahead and picks up some Kevlar and a helmet, but it is going to be that split onto A, and NIP now just going to go barreling in here. Can VP withstand the charge? It looks like so far it's fairly even between these two.
Yeah, good kill. Exist following up with a shot on Bradley. Oh no, VP. They were looking so good. If they lose a round like this, that will be devastating. And Taz and Neo and Snacks, they're going to follow it up. So very, very important that they get a round like that home. A bit of a shame they even lost the two that they did. But honestly, they're making their way back here. They're now at 12-10 here. This is looking very good.
Yeah, this defense has all of a sudden been put on lockdown. This is a big round for NIP, starting to let it slip away. They had a huge lead.
Yeah, and you can hear the chant as well for Virtus.Pro. Quite a few fans for them here. I mean, both of these teams, that's something we absolutely need to point out. Both of these teams, major title holders. They've both won a major, and now, well, they're meeting here in the quarterfinals. And well, Snacks actually taking a bit more of an aggressive position, but it's going to be Neo here looking towards lower. And there it is, just off on the timing, but they missed the shot. No, Taz sticks around too long, and Force is able to get the kill, but a great HE by Neo brings it back Virtus.Pro's way, and they maintain the man advantage holding these sites.
It's a cool little mind game, isn't it? He fires the AWP, and that will oftentimes trigger someone to go for a peek, and then Taz is right there behind him.
Yeah, the bait and switch, it worked perfectly there. And now, I mean, this is an advanced position from Snacks. he can cut off one avenue of attack. Virtus.Pro, they're very split up, but they're in positions that give so much information, it gives so much time to rotate. Snax hears some running from Alu, so he knows the call. You can see Pasha's already started rotating over towards the inner bomb site.
Yeah, that's the key position exactly. The main route here for NIP to make their way towards that B site, but the bomb is slowly making its way back towards A, and Freiburg hasn't changed his position up on alley, so he's still looking to see if he can't catch somebody out, get that entry frag for his team onto the A site.
You can only wait around for so long until Snax gets impatient and starts walking around, and once they find Alu here, that's going to pretty much give the rest of the team away, and there's Pyjamas dropping the bomb, so if Snax wasn't already onto what was going on, Pyjamas sort of confirms it at that point in time. 20 seconds, there is nothing that Freiburg can do to win this round, so now it's just a question of doing damage or maybe saving the AK, and it's going to be neither. Pyjamas will pick up another double kill here, and it's 12-11.
Oh, it's a good thing Pyjamas got the bomb down, because 3 players from Virtus.Pro were committed towards that inner bomb site defense, just circling around Alu as he was causing a little bit of a distraction. So NIP there in that mid-round, relying on some one-on-one victories, and they don't go their way. Virtus.Pro with another defensive stand, and that's 5 straight.
Yeah, that's exactly at the plow, man. It's starting to rev up here. And NIP, their answer to that is to go for a bit of a quasi-buy here, investing in some Tech 9s, nades, armor, but they're still going to be able to full buy in the next round here. So NIP just looking to see if they can get, well, just a little lucky, get some headshots with those Tech 9s, get that bomb plant, get that bonus money. And while the push begins here onto the A site, NIP setting it up, trying to get close enough to get that bomb down, but Bialy holding close, looks for the shot, not going to find it on Alu. Neo instead will be the one to take the kills, and 4 quick kills there for Virtus.Pro, but it's still a successful round as far as NIP are concerned. They got that bomb plant and the bonus money that goes with it.
Right, and that's what we're talking about when you're on the defensive side of terrain. Once you have that economy, you could see once the execution came in for NIP, the Molotov slowed everything down, gave time for the rotate, and now exist. They've installed out 6 rounds in a row, and now they need to talk it over. They need to figure something out to work.
Is this time? We often talk about the timing of a timeout. When do you do it? Is it too late here, Moses? What do you think? Should they have called this earlier?
No, this is a fine time. It's 12-12. You have plenty of time to work with. You have rounds. I mean, you're now in the full losing bonus. You're going to have money. They're pausing on a round where the next round is a bye, and we've seen how often these matches get paused. And it results in a win for the team that called the tactical pause.
Exactly, and I mean, there's also been some tendency to pause before an eco round almost, and you're just like, well, then you're just going to kind of like throw that round away, and then, no, NIP, they set it up, they get the bomb plant, they know how much money they have to work with in this round as well, so they do have the option of going for the AWP on Alu. There's a lot that they can make work here.
What's the play right now, the NIP? If you had to make the call here, given what we've seen, and obviously you have a lot more information than NIP do, but where is the weakness, if there is any, in the VP setup?
I think you don't go for anything fast, just because Virtus.Pro has been shutting it down with their flashes, their smokes, their mollies, and they're able to do so much damage once the execution comes from NIP. I think once again, I would love to see them get an AWP in Alu's hands again, but give him some time. Let him get involved in the round, see what he can make happen. Maybe towards the inner bomb site, see if he can get up top towards that upper ledge and peer into the bomb site. Maybe try and find you a pick, at least hold some angles so you can execute into it.
I think that's the main point here. It's almost like Navi-esque, you know, how the old style of Navi where they relied so heavily on Guardian. They just sit and wait and run down the time, hoping that somebody would peek Guardian. It's difficult for Alu if his teammates get impatient. So we'll see if that's been taken into account here for NIP, because we should be getting out of this pause fairly soon. The buy has been initiated.
I always like pointing this out on this map. It's one of my favorite topics recently, the aggressive Ivy push. VP, they've been winning round after round, so you can't really argue that they are the ones who need to change something, but they know NIP are about to change. Would it be a good call for them to try and sort of preemptively change their setup?
It's just the gamble you take with a play like that, and that's exactly it. You know they've changed something up. You know they have a strategy in mind for this round. So if you get aggressive like that, perhaps you catch a couple players caught off guard, thinking about what they're going to do next. And here's Alu leading the way with the AWP, finds the angle, can't hit the jumping shot though.
No, too quick there, and he does actually dodge that nade as well. It goes a little deep. So luckily for him, he's getting out of it pretty scot-free. But Neo's still set up out in yard. If NIP decide to push behind this fast, it's going to get a bit rough for them. There's quite a stiff defense here for VP, but if Exist can give the entry frag, that changes things. Pasha trying to set up with the nade, but he's just a second too late. Forrest there to hop on him, and Bialy, he's all by his lonesome for now. He's got the support of his mates, but this is going to be him hitting that timing. Snax rushes forward, and the kills so far going NIP's way.
Very important refract from Alu, and there's another shot coming through as Bialy goes down. It's on Taz. You saw him waving his arm. He's going to get the one. He gets the second headshot on Forrest, and now it's down to Freiburg with 50 seconds left. And he's got that bomb out in the A courtyard. He can find it and put it down, and Taz, He wants to get a new position, and that's the exact right move here. You can't let Friberg know where he is. Friberg now going to play a game of hide and seek while that bomb is just ticking away. And Taz, one bullet to the foot, and he's going to be gone. Friberg, does he know it? He's probably got the information from a teammate. He's going to be sneaking up here. And look how well he's playing it. He's not going to make a move until he's absolutely sure where Taz is. And Taz is running out of time. Walking in. He's got the kit, but no grenades. He's going to tab it once. Can he flush out Friberg here? Not quite yet. A Molotov goes down. Taz, he put so much into this round, but he's simply out of time. And he's going to get downed. And a nice round from NIP after losing so many in a row.
A crucial round, and it was executed very well. There was a very good layer to that outer hit, with Alu staying back the entire time. He took the initial peek, but he stays so far back so that when his teammates do get killed, when they do get into a battle, he can peek out and be aggressive and support them perfectly. But Taz, that's a huge play, and what might go unnoticed is that only one player survives there. So despite winning that round, 4 players falling, they have no money built up when what was a 3-man surviving before Taz did that work.
Exactly. That's the big point to be made here. NIP have just spent all of their money to get re-equipped. VP, they had plenty of money in the bank, and they still have some. So VP definitely very far from out of this map. And now look at this tricky play here by NIP to try and get a pick, trying to make use of Exist. He's got the angle. Friberg there as well. Forrest looking for it, but Pasha not interested in games. Just going to smoke that angle off and stop worrying about it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bodies there for NIP being smoked off that can't be utilized elsewhere, so this is really good job of delaying.
Neo holding aggressively over here, but he's not going to get the shot, and instead actually gets found out by Get Right. So some good information here about where that AWP is playing. And just ticking past the minute mark here. As NIP are rotating the bomb all the way back. They've sort of more or less given up on that 3-man stack on Ivy. They don't want to play with Pasha any longer. And Byali not getting spotted. Look how close Byali and Alu are to each other here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Byali's taken kind of the quiet of this round. Look, all of them have. Look at Taz as well. They've pushed up. They've gotten far more aggressive than they were earlier. So when this execute comes in, the defense is going to be so close.
Yeah, exactly. All 4 players here for VP. There's no time left. 25 seconds left when the push begins. And Byali, no luck for him. Entry frag for Forrest. Slaps him down, but Taz in line. And Snacks is there as well. The kills go VP's way. They've got the advantage. They've got the pressure on NIP, who just cannot handle it. Exist, the last man alive here in a 1v4. And well, his team, they're about to get their money reset if he doesn't do something magical here, but it's just not possible. He has to back off and hold on to this sole AK.
Yeah, NIP was not ready for that much defense that close to the outer yard, and they get absolutely annihilated. Snacks goes beast mode, and we just talked about it last round. This is the effect of Taz getting those 2 kills in that 1-on-3. Now NIP, what do they buy here? They have to force buy up. They have an AK-47 on Exist, but behind that, it's not much.
You just think that they have to force buy at this point, though? I mean, they can let VP up to 14 and then just have a little bit of a buffer, a little bit more of a buy.
So they save behind this AK, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to sit back hard eco as well. So they're putting it all on this next round, Anders.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit worried. You lose 6 rounds in a row, you finally called a timeout, you win a round, but now you're out of timeouts, so you're not going to have that same card to play once again. Now it's really just going to have to be thinking on your feet and hoping that you've got some sort of read. I mean, even the round that they won, it was down to a 1-on-1, so it's not like you have a huge amount of confidence and maybe want to replay that same style that you did. They're going to have to come up with something fresh here.
Yeah, this is the worst case scenario for NIP. No doubt about it. And Virtus.Pro, they should be supremely confident at this point. They should have an idea of what they're up against, hearing the Glocks as well. Pasha still holding the angle for us, checking those tricky corners over in Ivy. But NIP yet to commit. Pasha takes the peek and Neo follows it up, slaps Exist out.
And then that's the AK-47 down. Now there's no armor left with the weapon, but it doesn't matter when Forrest hits shots like that. A beautiful one.
You said vintage Forrest. Well, right now would be a great time for him to get into that phone booth and change into that Superman cape and just come out again here and wreck them because they need it now. This is VP very close to victory. Forrest with another headshot. And it might be about that time. We're now into a 3v3 in Forrest. He's hungry. He's looking for more. He's going to go for it. He sprays, but the aim punch not going to work in his favor. Snacks and Taz will take down 1 each, and it's going to be Friberg alone with a Glock. And not much hope. Yeah, going to come up with a burst fire. Not a bad idea. And using those ladder mechanics to get just a little bit more momentum.
Yeah, and you want to talk about what Forrest does. He doesn't win on the round, but he gives him enough space inside. Once Forrest hits those 2 shots, Taz feels a little bit antsy for his teammates, starts to cheat or rotate just a little bit. That allows the bomb to go down. And we talked about it's all on this round for NIP, and that extra $800 does so much for them.
Exactly. That's why NIP can look at that as still being a win. They didn't get the magical stuff, but they've got the money, and now they get the nades. There's a Tech 9 on Exist. He's going to be the one skimping here, but 4 AKs to follow it up. This is sufficient firepower here for NIP. Now, do they have the plan? Do they have the tactic to take advantage of this? And it's looking like straight up YOLO play so far, at least by Alu.
Very fast into the courtyard here. I think he had a teammate following him, but he got flashed out. So now Alu's kind of alone out here. Now we've seen some teams, let's say Fnatic with Olofmeister, make so much use of sneaking out in here, but he's been found out. He hits a shot, a special flick, and Forrest goes down. Exist will get a kill. Neo with 1 return, but it might not be enough here. Taz and Neo are left, and it's a 2v4. Neo misses the flick, and now it might be the return of NIP. Taz is alone in a 1v4, jumps through, and Alu drops him. A double kill for the Finnish player is going to tie the score at 14-14.
Yeah, when all is on the line for NIP, they make it count there. And now, here's the pause out of Virtus.Pro because they're in a tough spot.
Do you think that's the right call? I mean, yes, okay, you just got, I mean, they just managed to rush out on you, right? But that was some great headshots. I mean, they managed to sneak all the way through. Do you want to give NIP another free timeout, right? When they basically have their backs to the wall.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it, but also it's Virtus.Pro. The decision is, do you call the pause when you're going for the win, or do you call the pause when you're going for the tie? And they've chosen to go for the win.
Just like the ecos.
I mean, this is very, very difficult. I think the word that we're looking for here is how replicable is that round for NIP? How many times can you sneak Alu into the yard without him getting found out? Again, we bring up Fnatic and Olofmeister in this context because he was so good at it, not just in a couple of matches, but for a while. And he actually does make it work round for round, but not everybody's an Olofmeister. They're going to need something very interesting here to make it work.
Well, it's similar. Virtus.Pro got a couple of rounds off Snacks doing something very, very similar in the first half.
And they're going back to the op on Alu. Alu's the man who managed to sneak his way out there and create the opening that started it all for NIP. Now he's going to be limited with the slow play once again, but it doesn't look like that's going to hinder them. NIP straight out onto the yard, and Alu double scope just to be sure. Picks off Pasha, but 2 kills go VP's way, and it's looking a little bit hairy here for NIP.
Oh, Byali's in a great position here. The bomb is down as well. Alu will land another kill, but he is alone. He's got all the time in the world, but I don't think that's going to help him. They know where he is as well. Up on the ladder for a quick second. Hits a headshot on Byali. This cannot possibly happen. He's up on the bomb. He sees another player. They're fighting him, and they will win. But Moses, was it necessary? Did they have to fight him 3-on-1 like that?
Yeah, why not? They win the round there. It was a good trade. They bait him out, and he's not ready for that second player. The big thing is NIP, the change they made during that timeout was they do another fast outside strap, but this time they switch things up. Instead of coming out that T middle choke, they come out the ladder room, and now they switch into a double op setup, and this is very interesting for how fast they've been playing lately.
What's interesting as well is that both teams have opted for this kind of play, this kind of strategy. Double AWP on the field. And let's see, now NIP, so far they've had some success with the fast play, but they're going to try and slow everything down now and hope to catch VP out of position.
So this is going to have to be a round where VP actually give them some entries. If VP play this one super safe and never peek anywhere, it's going to get very rough.
Well, the key is they've seen Forrest shoot the op. They don't know it's Forrest. All they know is it's an AWP. They might not be expecting Alu over at Ivy. That might mean Pasha wants to get a little bit frisky going up against, thinking he's going to go up against an M4.
There's already the angle. Alu's got it, but now it comes down to patience and Pasha. A perfect display. Alu on scopes, he knows, I mean, the likelihood of him getting the shot, not really there. So they are going to have to change things up here on IP, and life just got a whole lot more difficult for the Swedes.
We're looking at either Virtus.Pro taking this first map in the quarterfinals, 16-14, or NIP putting us in overtime. And I'm not sure which is which right now. It's going to be 35 seconds left as they make their way across the map. Neo is ready inside here with a Molotov, but there is an additional player in sight, NIP. They need an entry frag. If they lose one here, that's going to buy time for VP, and Forrest is in charge. Going to scope up with the AWP, jumping into the bomb site. Can they get it? They didn't spawn Taz, and he's going to take one down, but he gets dropped by Freiburg. Important refrag. Neo spraying halfway through the wall to get that kill, and the bomb, is it going to go through? Freiburg puts it in, gives his life for the cause, and now it's down to Alu and Exist. They're a man down, jumping down. Exist not going to get it. Alu has to clutch it, and he's miles away. They're already on the defuse. He has to run for it. Knife out, AWP, and he gets the shot. Then it is Virtus.Pro, 16-14. They make it work.
A beautiful match from Virtus.Pro, adjusting very, very well to all the strategies that NIP threw at him. The ops of NIP, they put a lot of emphasis on him. They bought him quite frequently. They didn't have the impact that NIP, I'm sure, was hoping for. That's down to Virtus.Pro just playing very, very solid defense.
Alu ending up at 26 kills, 23 on Forrest, and the most on VP was 25 on Taz, and Snacks on 24. So there were a couple of people who were just a little bit ahead of the field. What a game this was, and it was only the first map.
Yeah, truly neck and neck throughout the entire map, though. That's the thing. And even looking at the frags, I mean, just round after round, everybody was keeping pace. Both of these teams, all 10 players, pretty much even as far as frags are concerned. It wasn't until the end that Alu started to pull ahead, and he ended up top fragging on the map entirely, even with VP winning. So, perfect way to start off this best of three, though. This is going to get both of these teams fired up for the next one.
And if you're NIP, I mean, obviously you don't want to take too many just straight up moral victories out of it, but a couple good signs. Forrest had some beautiful shots in that half, had some really good rounds. Alu has been a beast on Inferno in the past, and that's the map they're moving on to.
True. I mean, the big thing here that we have to wonder, and I'm sure the analysts are going to try and pick apart, is NIP are starting T side, aren't they, on Inferno?
Yeah, they are. So, I mean, to prevent that incredible CT sort of landslide, they need to win some very crucial rounds, either the pistol on T side or at least the fourth round. If it goes past that, they get all those Molotovs and all those smokes, and things start to get very ugly. I'm definitely worried. I think this. I mean, you guys did mention it, the possibility that VP could 2-0 NIP because of the map sort of sequence here. So we'll see if it's going to be the case or not. I'd be a little bit worried if I was an NIP fan. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, especially heading in. I mean, that was the thing. Everyone said that that they needed to win Train, but I mean, now that they've lost it, they're heading into a really tough half of T-side Inferno.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back after a quick commercial break with the analyst desk. So stay with us, and we'll be back soon.